You say talk to Vessi. Vessi will give you my schedule.
I mean, yeah, because Vessi has nothing. She doesn't have enough on her plate.
No, I'm not doing anything.
Vessi's got nothing on her plate. She can get it covered.
I can't wait to have the debriefing with Vessi after July 3rd and be like, okay, we're gonna debrief. Okay. So
I've been taking notes.
We're gonna figure out but yeah, guys.
Okay, we are ready now.
Okay.
Vessi is
Let me join there.
Any Monday or Wednesday afternoon.
Okay.
I'm proud of you. It's because of Vessi.
Coming into the Funky Eye Puppets and the cryptogami. I don't know if you guys all know about the cryptogami for the Funky Eye Puppets, the remedy for your digital soul, these beautiful yokai creature-based NFTs. You know, when BK Han came into the house and this little, emoji of this blue-haired PFP, I was like, who is this that keeps showing up? And then it was all about NFTs. Like, people think, guys, you're gonna fall into NFTs. Be careful. Don't forget about the Funky Eye Puppets. And of course, we could never, because the Funky Eye Puppets are making art together, supporting unity worldwide. And the multiverse Funk was here yesterday asking questions about diversity, equity, and inclusion live to Sean Alamov, the director of this platform, Connect Club, and Igor Manikov, who was the guest speaker. And I'm so glad that he did. Kathy was amazing. She was able to just exactly hone in that Voxels needs to know Quincy who the Funk is. They're talking about wheelchair wearables and all sorts of in real life disabilities that people have, and I was then inspired to talk about it's I feel like not tech wise to get into this space, or scared to move. A lot of people know way more than me, so much more. I'm just a little ant here, honestly. But so Brooke, I don't know if you heard. So then I want to just bring it back. For the NFT 99, the first one that we did, we've done 3: NFT 99, NFT 99 Everest, and NFT 99 Michelangelo. Brooklyn's been there for all of those, and also for the Pioneer Public NFT Superstar Awards, and that was an exhibition and a nomination. And now we're doing this digital 2020 boom into Web3. So we're booming, you guys. And Brooke, you're the one that gave me the reins and said, you got to do this. And so you put the Shiro wand in my hand. So thank you. It's a mighty sword.
You're doing really well with that Shiro's sword and everything. But that other amazing Shiro that's over there as well. Nula is another amazing Shiro with her amazing journalistic self, my fellow journalist from Scotland. So definitely got to give her a shout out as well. Yes. Isn't that right, Nula?
Nula right now is thinking our transition into Zoom is going to be super smooth because we have the link Minutes in the House handling 3 different platforms right now, the technical aspect. Would you guys like to hear a song in the meantime, or would anybody like to take the screen and preface Nima Sadeghian with a little bit of his website so we can kind of take a look? Would that be okay? You're clapping.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, Min.
Hello. Hi, Bessie. So we are ready.
Okay,
We are ready.
all right.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Okay.
So,
See.
Nula and I shall meet you in Zoom at that link that I provided in the Telegram. That's the correct one.
Yeah, you can see the screen right now. Nuna already in the
Do I have to be in Zoom
the
as well,
screen.
or can I
So
just be here?
You can be in Zoom to be on video with us, which would be great to see you.
yeah.
We're
So
gonna be in there.
the Zoom
The
link.
thing is, I'm on my phone, so can everyone hear me on Zoom?
That'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use my phone every time, and you can just mute yourself in this room, and you could be in both rooms at once, and just mute this mic here in this room.
Okay.
Got it. Okay.
And if you have a headset, that's great too. All right, I'll see you guys there. Thank you
Bye-bye.
everybody for coming, and please,
Hello.
if you want to, take screenshots, tweet, invite people. I can't do that right now. Otherwise, I would just send literal links to people in communities in Telegram and WhatsApp. Did you know in Telegram you can have up to 200,000 people in your chat, and you could
I did hear that.
that's amazing.
That is amazing. Can I
All right.
stay here? Or do we need to be informed?
We need you here to hold it down and to be the wonderful viewers for this amazing interview, which is more like actually a share from Nima. We have Nima Sadeghian in the house. Okay, we're gonna go to Zoom now, guys. We'll see you. See you there. Thank you for coming.
Did you tweet out this?
I did. I tweeted. I did.
Show. I'll put it on the picture. Okay, thanks.
All right. See you guys soon. And thank you for coming, you guys.
Okay, we'll finish running these off site so that we can actually watch this. We'll figure it out.
Is everyone in the room?
I'm here. I'm ready.
Okay, good. So let us start. Hello, Rosie.
Hi, Min.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone.
Hello. You look gorgeous, Vessi.
Thank you. So do you, Nula. Good to see you. This is so cool. We can just hop.
It's fabulous. My hair's gone mental, but I actually don't care anymore.
I love your hair and I love you and you're beautiful. You remind me of like a fairy. You're like magical. Like I look at you and I think, yeah, you do. You look like what is the name? Like the Lord of the Rings, like the magician, like that equals the, what was his name with the long white beard?
Gandalf.
Yes, Gandalf. You're like, you don't look like Gandalf. I'm not saying that. You're like, hey man, you have the majesty of Gandalf is like magic,
Thank
like
you.
he magical creature, like
Thank you.
Leo the god, King Leo the god. And you
Okay,
look
so
beautiful too, man.
today is your guys' show. I'm going to turn over to you. I'm going to be in the back end to control everything for you guys. Okay?
Okay, wonderful.
I'm just wondering, are you going to put the trailer on? Because
I'm going to do a fashion show. So
the fashion
let's
show, right.
gonna start with
With a little bit of an opening, and then we're gonna invite Nima. Nima hopefully can hear us and is coming to the Zoom right now. So we'll just hopefully he can come in and get this right now.
And Johnny said he's going to join us.
Oh, wonderful. Nima, what did you say?
Which one's the priority? Connect or Zoom? Because I can go on one or the other.
you can go to the Zoom if you like, because like me, I'm on the Zoom and also on the Connect Club.
Is it the agenda one, Min? Is it the agenda one in the Connect Club room that people can hit that link to get here?
No. Okay.
Okay. So Nima, I sent it to you. I sent it to you, Nima, in Instagram. Okay, cool. We'll see you soon.
Okay,
Awesome.
so you can join Zoom on your PC or Mac, and you can still be in the Connect Club on your phone, which is wonderful.
Yeah, and I'm actually on my telephone. I'm on my telephone in Connect Club and Zoom.
Oh gosh,
One or the other.
that's clever.
I'll be right back.
Yes, he's doing right. I would definitely go answer the Zoom.
Brooke, are you in Voxels? I don't see you. Where's Brooke? I see Ruler and Peace. I'm gonna walk over to you right here.
Connect Club. I don't know if she's in.
Oh, there she is. Hey, okay, let's romp. Look at, I love it. Yay. Let's dance, Brooke. Let's dance. This Nula, where are you in Voxels? Are you in Voxels?
I can't handle much information at one time. How do I get into Voxels then, on my PC or my phone?
So are you using your phone for Zoom?
I'm using my PC for Zoom.
So then yeah, Voxels is easier to use on a PC. Not a PC. I'm using my laptop, my Apple laptop, but
yeah, I've got a laptop.
So it's better to use on the phone.
You can use it on the phone too, but I don't know if everything will show up the same way.
Exactly. That's what it is.
You might be naked in there walking around with your avatar, but who cares? Hey, Nima.
Absolutely. Hey, Nimi.
Hey.
Yeah, I think my boss
Hello,
is sticking
Nima.
out
How are
the
you?
voxels.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Good to
Looks
see everyone.
like you are on a highway.
Yeah, something like that. It's the main road of Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, great.
Cool.
Must be very good weather over there.
Phoenix
And
is
hot.
beautiful and hot. Yeah,
Like 102 degrees.
I like the heat. It's good for me.
Nice.
How's
I already
everything? How's everything with you? Where are you based?
I'm in Vancouver. I always play golf over there before. Yeah, so I like that city.
I have the
Very,
golf
very
course
cool
2
weather.
blocks away from my office. It's really convenient.
Oh, I did a hole-in-one in Vancouver. You can see how good I am. Boom!
Did you
Okay.
really?
Yeah, hole-in-one. Yeah, in Vancouver, May Lake Golf Club, and even my image is on the wall. It's so lucky.
Whoa.
Oh, that's fabulous.
And I'm
Wow.
also member of Shaughnessy Golf Club in Vancouver. Very beautiful golf club, #1 in Vancouver.
Wow.
Welcome
Look
to
at
come to
that.
Vancouver to play golf with me. Yes.
I would love to. I would love to. Thanks for the invitation.
Sure, I will do. Okay, next I turn over to Messi today. Okay, nice to meet you guys. I'm going to hide myself for fashion show.
Min K in the house, TSA incubator. Welcome everybody. Good morning. My name is Vessi. It's very nice to be with you all here today. I'm the host with Nuala Naughton. We have an amazing guest today. His name is Nima Sadeghian. He is a high-tech space lawyer, and we're so excited that he's here. We have a fashion show that's beginning this process here today, which is a daily thing that happens Monday through Friday at 10, supposed to be, but we are in this tech world, streaming live on YouTube, Connect Club, and Voxels. So from Zoom. So we appreciate everybody's patience. Nima, I hope you, we're not going to be going into your time too much beyond, we should have already been, let's see, what time is it now? Should we get stuck on that, or should we move on? I might be getting stuck on it.
Yeah, we're going to start right now.
Okay, so the fashion show is about to start. We're with Digital 2020, Boom into Web3 social event. We have the TSA NFT team here today, Min Kwang and Nuala, also with our hosts on the other side in Connect Club. We have Brooke Ganster, we have Ruler and Peace, we have other people who are there that are not technically, haven't, been on the team, but they're on the team. So they need to register right now, and they need to see that little hit the agenda button in Connect Club is where they can do it. And then you are officially on the team. We are the Blockchain Impact and Digital One community. This event is held at TSA NFT Incubator. There's a little bit of an echo. I don't know, Min, if that's possible to fix. This event is being held by the TSA NFT Incubator on Connect Club and Voxels. If you have any questions during the event, the TSA NFT team of Nuala, Min, and myself will be on site to help you. Also, other people in Connect Club. So don't be shy. Just ask your questions. And thank you for being here today. Feel free to connect with us. Today is the TSA NFT Incubator Extravaganza Fashion Show. So now let me hand it over to our team. Nuala, will you give a hello and a short introduction for our agenda today?
Absolutely, yes. We're with Nima, a high-tech lawyer, who we're all delighted to be able to learn from, as part of our Digital 2020 Boom into Web3, a month-long event designed to help companies and individuals understand all the intricacies of leveraging the metaverse and collaborating in the digital world, and why it's so important. And this event will last until the 3rd of July, by which time we should all be experts. It's a fabulous learning platform. It's the crypto is risky, so we're not financial advisors. This isn't financial advice. It's just learning how to navigate everything there is to do with Web3, minting, NFTs, POAPs, WOMPs, and whatever on earth all of that means.
Thank you, Nula. We're really happy that everybody's here. We're happy to sponsor this event. Before we introduce our very special one-of-a-kind month-long event for Digital 2020, we'd like to give you an instruction on how to access to our various venues during the event and today's opening. A reminder to all users who attend in Voxels and Connect Club. Here at Voxels opening Ocean Avenue, you can click the floating cup on the garden to teleport back to TSA NFT gift shop store for fashion show. Or if you would like to shop and visit, you can click the media wall behind the back there when you're in Voxels. It will bring you back to Connect Club so you can network and present and do all that you're doing. We'd like now to present you our very special Web3 Wearable Dictionary Fashion Show, which will be happening for the whole month, Monday through Friday at around 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that will lead us to our guest that is here today. And we'll have also a guest or two every day. So as you can see right now on the screen, I believe that's Min. And I'm gonna go now here and all this magic is happening here in Voxels. What do you think, Min? Shall we take it away? Are you guys ready?
Yeah, I already started. Thank you, Leslie. And today, this is fashion show. It's our rehearsal moment. We're preparing this event for June 27 and June 28 music festival. So if any of you have our wearables, feel free to dress up and to join our fashion rehearsal every morning from 10 o'clock to 10:30. And we also have a training class in the afternoon. So we will teach you how to put wearables properly. Okay,
yes.
So yes. And on June 27 and 28, the stage will be different. Here, it's just our small stage. We're going to go to the big stage. So I'm going to show you the big stage where we are. Okay. We will be, okay? So here is our big stage for June 27 and 28. And yeah, that's a big stage for our music festival and just built for us.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous that they did that.
Yes, so today
wow.
Our in-house designer is still working on making a runway here. So we are really very excited to see what will be happening on June 27 and 28. Yeah. This is our big runway. Yeah, the big runway in Voxels.
Wait, we're going to be walking that runway?
Yes, and then you can fly over from runway to go to our exhibition hall. Right now, you can't because we are under construction. So on 27, 28, yes, we're going to teach you how to fly, how to run, because in metaverse, we should learn walk. It's very simple, right? So we need to learn how to fly, how to run. So I'm gonna run for you, okay?
Okay, let's see it, Min.
I'm flying, see?
Nice.
Yes, okay. So this is our today's fashion show for sharing with everyone here. And hopefully we can see you in some days during this event, and you can come here to practice yourself, or you can come with our co-organizers and we can teach you and training you how to properly to dress up for our upcoming formal fashion show. We are looking for 20 models, and right now every day we are doing the interview and the training with our fashion models for our upcoming official release TSA wearables dictionary. And each collection is very unique because it is NFT, and also it's a title, it's a topic of Digital 2020. It's a very, very unique, very, very special, and I believe it will be your
Our
special
favorite
day
dictionary.
in the event. Yeah, yeah, yes.
And you know,
Oh my God,
Lynn,
another beautiful lady here, and have a nice
that's Brooke.
talk.
That's
Yeah. Oh, Brooke. Oh,
how do we
so-
get there? How do we get there, Min? I want to get to where you are. We're all dancing in the boutique. How do we get to where you are?
Boutique. Yes. So you see here. You see here. This is the door.
Yeah.
And then you see see the little circle behind my head, and click, and now you fly to our fashion store.
Whoa! So I'm in the fashion.
Where I'm in. Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm just.
That happened to me the other day.
Too fast. I went to the ocean. Okay, I'll come up and.
It's okay to dive into the ocean. And
Yeah,
fall off
Nuala
the
wrote an article about it. You guys have to see it on Twitter, on Medium. She wrote an article. She didn't name anybody, but when she said that there were some people that fell in the water,
Yeah.
she was talking about me.
You can also practice yourself in the store.
Yes, we're here.
For those friends and members who attend our training class yesterday, and you will get wearables today before the training class. Okay, so then 1 o'clock our training class will be held and led by Brooke. She's going to teach you how to dress up properly. And so make sure check your wallet and the link to Voxels here, also link to OpenSea. You will see your wearables. And today is your day to practice, and tomorrow is your day to show us your beautiful catwalk. Okay, fashion show is done here. Yeah, feel free to take a look and visit. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Min. Thank you, everybody. All you beautiful fly. Look at Ruler in Peace. Looks amazing. Brooke, did you outfit him? Look at him. He looks amazing. You guys have to come to CryptoVoxels and see. All right. So as soon as here we are now. Let's get back to our screen together. All right, welcome everybody. Hi, Nima Sadeghian. You are high-tech space lawyer here today. Your name, I found out, means the family of honesty, and I absolutely love it, from the family of honesty. And we're so glad that you're here today. We're so glad that you're here to present and share from Sedona. That's so cool. I wish kind of that you would turn the camera on so the light would be on your face, but I'll take you as I can get you here, just like this, if this is best.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Yeah, I'm based in Phoenix, Arizona right now. Lovely Phoenix, sunny Phoenix, and happy to be with everyone. So my name is Nima. I'll give you a little background about myself and why I'm here today, trying to educate the public about Web3. So, a background about myself. My parents are Iranian Americans that came to the United States on student visas when they were very young, and at that time they ended up getting an education in America and lucky enough to be sponsored to work in America, so they ended up staying here. I grew up as a basically Iranian immigrant family in New York, born and raised in Queens, New York. When I grew up, it's kind of interesting. The topic of today is Web3 as well as fashion, because I've always been involved in fashion. So when I was in New York growing up, I met Damon John. When I was very young, I started working for the brand Fubu. I worked for Fubu for about 5 years, and then learned about streetwear, learned about fashion. And actually Fubu was, interestingly, the first fashion brand in history to be sponsored by a tech company, to be invested in by a tech company, which was Samsung.
Wow.
So Samsung, yeah. So basically I worked, in the back end of fashion law and business. So I learned about fashion brands from a very young age. And, I was always involved in fashion to some extent. I worked for Fubu, then I worked for Hugo Boss in college, and then went to law school shortly after that. So basically, when we talk about the fashion industry in Web3, I mean, there's like infinite potential here and possibilities for the general public. And so the general public then will ask, what specifically is that, right? What is that for me? And that can mean a lot of things. Ultimately, Web3 means we're going to now use the internet to grant a bundle of rights, and bundles of rights are complicated things, you know? So from the contract law standpoint, we have to re-reflect on what that means. What does it mean to grant a bundle of rights? What does it mean for us personally? What does it mean for our businesses, both businesses that have existed for years and businesses that we want to create tomorrow? And so this is the general framework of the discussion today is how do we improve Web3? What does it mean to improve Web3? What are all the moving parts in this equation? And what does it mean to be high tech, right?
Amazing. I'm already blown away. And I mean, rent the internet to grant a bundle of rights right there. I'm quoting you on that. You're not new at this. And Nuala, I know you love fashion. I love fashion. Brooke Ganster in Connect Club loves fashion. Min K loves fashion. Who doesn't love fashion? Can you speak to us about being a tech lawyer? What does that look like? Are you afraid for people?
So I'm both encouraged for people and I'm afraid at the same time. So I'm encouraged for people because now for the first time in history, you don't have to rely on the status quo in order to, can you hear me well?
We can
yes.
Hear you on Connect Club now. Can someone hear me?
I can hear you.
No, I hear them on Connect Club.
Mark can hear. Mark can hear.
I can hear.
So can you hear sounds from Messi?
Min, I can hear you, but I think I heard Copy say that you're in the quiet zone in the Connect Club app.
Oh, okay.
And maybe,
okay.
Yeah, she just moved to the stage, so we hear you on the stage now in Connect Club.
Sorry about that, Nima.
No worries. It's a good feature, the quiet space. So I'm glad that we figured it out. So basically, yeah. So who doesn't love fashion? Who doesn't love tech? That's the topic of today. You know, the fashion has the power to provide wealth back to nations. Okay, so what that means is, you know, on the grandest of scales, so fashion has the power to redistribute wealth back to the hardworking people of every nation. Every nation in the world is a manufacturing nation to some extent. They manufacture something, right? And what that thing is based on you know, market factors as well as internal country factors, you know, and many other things. So the point is like, how do we get involved in fashion as a global community without overstepping any legal boundaries? And the answer to that is we're working on it. We're working on it. We're in the process of working on it right now. We're building a digital ecosystem for content creators, but we're also building the infrastructure of the internet the way it's never existed before. So I'll give you a history lesson of the internet, and it'll give you a lot of perspective as to where we are today and where we're heading. Okay, so the internet started out as a research and development project sponsored by universities who in turn had endowments by the US government. Okay, so the internet was a network technology that allowed for interoperability between universities at first. So it allowed for effective research to go about between universities so that there wasn't as many you know, conflicts of interest in the context of you know, publishing articles and publishing intellectual property. And basically academia is the stage before filing intellectual property with the US government, with the USPTO. So the university setting is where a lot of interesting and important ideas are exchanged, or at least were exchanged in the past. And now the internet's facilitated that kind of network ability to the public, to the private sector, to the general population. How did they do that? They started with regular wiring. So they can wire under the ground and underwater, you know, many heavy wires that would route information through a hard frame. And ultimately that information would go through wires that were protected with layers of coating that would prevent them from being bitten into by sharks under the sea. And that level of infrastructure development for the internet was a very expensive endeavor. It was very, it was not necessarily by any measure, reflectant on how much the internet was producing for the industry at the time. It was that we need to have this system in place in order to have the basic internet we have today, right? So we have the basic internet we have today because of these wirings that we've built through various infrastructure projects, and those infrastructure projects were always sponsored through public-private partnerships. Okay, and now today we're talking about a whole other dynamic to the internet. We're talking about putting satellites into space, right? Satellites, tens of thousands of satellites per company, and we're talking about thousands of companies at a time. There's major issues that are going to be going on in space that affect us here on the ground today. Ultimately, the infrastructure of the internet for tomorrow is lacking because of certain supply chain deficiencies that exist in the market today. We're experiencing two large-scale wars that are producing a food famine. It's affecting our supply chains at the most fundamental levels. And when our supply chains are affected in the most basic levels, it translates into increased costs at every other stage in the supply chain in order to keep the system working. So we have, increase in oil costs, gas costs, and 40% of America's food is brought in through LA, through California, through the California ports. And they require increased transportation costs, which translates to increased prices for everything from food to commodities to our basic essential daily living commodities. So people are in a panic state right now because they're not sure how they're going to pay for their basic living expenses and how much their basic living expenses will cost in a matter of 6 months to a year from now. And so they're not taking the risks or the equity positions that they should in the market, that they traditionally would in the market. And so the market is not accurately reflecting what's going on with tech companies today. Tech companies are severely undervalued today in every industry. And the positive thing about, but the positive thing is, we are well underway to building both the infrastructure and the digital ecosystem we need for Web3.
Nuala, I know that you want to speak on that for a moment. Nima, would it be okay if Nuala could interject with a thought?
I would love that.
Sorry, I want to speak on what?
Oh, I thought you were about to say something. Pardon me, Nuala. I thought that you wanted to interject and say something. So I was just opening the door.
No, not at all. I mean, I'm just fascinated by. I'm just wondering, if there's much of a difference. Is there much of a difference? Contract law is contract law, and with all this decentralization, everybody has different contracts, different smart contracts. Where does that all fit in? I don't want to.
That's a good question. That's a good question. That's a good segue, actually. It's a great segue. Because now that we've discussed the general, let's get down to details. Like, smart contracts are effectively, the job of lawyers around the world, okay, is to minimize the number of disputes that exist to get business done, for doing business, right? But how do we minimize the number of disputes? It's we create automation processes for the disputes that are repetitive but simple, okay? And then we always have to approach matters from a from a bespoke level, from a contract drafting level, when the problem or the issue or the potential solution is too large to provide one metric for, right? Or to provide one protocol for, okay? So you have to work from the framework of one protocol at a time, one function at a time, and one transaction at a time. End of story. If you can frame the transaction, however complicated the data set, if you can frame the transaction right, you've done yourself a great service. And then you can go on to pursuing the project you want to in Web3.
Can I ask you, what, I mean, you hear horror stories about contracts going wrong, and what happened with that big one? There was a company, their assets were like valued at millions and millions, but because of some kind of loop in their smart contract wasn't written properly, they can't release that money. It just keeps going down and round in a loop. Do you know the one I'm talking about?
So look, the general legal framework for what you're referring to, okay? Because ultimately, what is a smart contract? It's a smart contract is an artificial intelligence. It's a command function. It's a command and it's a protocol that has some level of autonomy away from the promoter or actor, which is the human in the context of the situation. So you have to define what is the human doing and what is the protocol doing first. And then you can begin to understand if the protocol is legitimate or not, if the protocol is subject to failure or not. And then you can draft an agreement that would provide for speculative damages, compensatory damages, punitive damages in the event that the smart contract fails. Because if the smart contract fails, the company that created the smart contract has a business insurance that should cover all related damages. Okay, there's going to be a new insurance industry that will basically promote the effective, the most effective smart contract providers in the market.
Can I ask you a question real quick, Nima? What do you mean if the contract fails? In what way? So
a contract is code. It's not subject to not fail.
So you're saying you're saying if there is the trust is broken and what's agreed upon is not actually written in the code.
Yeah.
Okay. So to have
Or if there's a mistake in the coding and it can just go woo.
If there's a mistake in the code and it doesn't do what it's intended to do.
Right. And is there I mean, in real life, you would sign a contract, right? So then you have those attached to smart contracts in case the smart contract fails. You have the contract in real life.
The traditional example would be this: a company is revolutionizing X in their industry. These type of transactions, they understand the supply chain of that industry. They understand the value chain of that industry, and so they're going to use a blockchain as a service solution in order to track the value chain. Okay. And then once they track the value chain through a blockchain as a service, then they can use that blockchain data to execute smart contracts with one of many smart contract providers. Okay. And then those smart contract providers are promising you in a regular contract agreement, which is their terms of service, they're promising you a certain level of diligence and a certain level of accuracy in their service, in the providing of their service, which is smart contracts. So anything outside of the scope of their terms of service, you need to have a traditional paper agreement, a drafted contract for it. And that drafted agreement can speculate how much damages you would get, how much compensation you would get based on the industry you're in, based on the likelihood of what would be affected by the failure of that smart contract.
New insurance agencies.
New insurance agencies, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Amazing. I'm amazed. We're here today with Nima Sadeghian. I hope I'm saying it correct. We're really happy that you're here. And high-tech space lawyer. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Voxels. We're live in Connect Club. And we're so happy that our speaker today is so live because he's live. Give it up for Nima in the house. Nima, what kind of transition shall we go for here? Who are we handing it over to? Are we handing it back to? What do you feel?
Yeah, let's hand it back to the group. Let's see what they have to say. The other speakers have to say, and love to be part of the discussion now.
Awesome. With that, can everybody hear me in Connect Club? I don't know if I'll be able to hear them. Somebody on site probably. This is why we need one of those headsets that are.
I can hear you.
Oh, perfect. Yes, thank you, Min. Are there any questions, Min, on Connect Club or in any comment threads on YouTube or Voxels, if there's a way that the communication happens there for Nima?
Yeah, if you have a question, you can raise your hand or just give us your blue heart. So then we can see you. Blue heart, blue heart. You don't have blue heart, I have blue heart. Okay, so I have a question for Nima.
Yes, please, Min.
Hey, Nima. So in terms of copyright, I'm very interested to learn about how to protect the copyright, especially for content creator in the space. Could you give us a little bit ideas?
Yeah, sure. So the USPTO has a copyright claims board now, which is basically a government office that you can submit a complaint to where your copyright has been violated, and the government will assume the responsibility of having an administrative hearing process and determining if your claim has merit. And that claim process will help you ultimately pursue what's rightfully yours. And you can hire a lawyer for that after or before.
Min, did that answer your question?
Good question. Yes, it's a very good information. So whoever creator involved in this business should consult with Nima and to see if it's qualified to start a process on filing copyright or not. Yeah. Thank you, Nima.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong.
Happy
I think a copyright needs to be filled out and sent to the U.S. Library of Congress. I copyright my songs, and so I know that still is intact. But a lot of people are thinking, "Hey, I made an NFT. It's on the blockchain. There's a series of numbers. The date's there. Can't that be a copyright?"
Well, you can always copyright after the fact. That's the thing. So you can relate back the date of publishing to the formal copyright process, and that's the distinction here. It's like, do you want to be preventative and potentially prevent someone from violating your copyright and then having that headache of a process to challenge it, or do you want to plan ahead and be preventative as possible and have a strong paper trail of evidence to show that you're establishing your intent to claim ownership over that IP?
All based on really good friendships in business, which I've been told in the music industry by an old friend. It's the music business. It's not the friends business. But I don't agree to that. I think that you need to build strong relationships, and a strong relationship is a relationship where people have admiration for each other and respect for their lane. So,
well, I mean, my only comment on that is if you're like truly a group of friends, because actually I spoke to another like really experienced lawyer the other day in the acting space and in the entertainment world, space, and she told me that a lot of successful entertainers and actors they grow in their careers with a set group of friends, because they're constantly thinking about each other's careers and advancing each other's careers. But at the same time, you want to be respectful of each other's IPs. So you want to have like a clear paper trail of who created what, and I think that's a very important point to make.
Yeah, Nima, because as a writer and occasional photographer, when I'm been freelance for 30 years, so when I get my stuff published in newspapers and magazines, the presumption is in law, the presumption is that the copyright is still mine, and so I'm not giving my copyright away just by being published. But when you're and this business is turning into a world of collaborators, isn't it? So when you're in a collaboration, how that has to be carefully weighed out when two people or three people have created.
Sorry to interrupt, Noala. No, sorry to interrupt. It has to be carefully thought about, because a lot of, like this is a great point. 80% of issues are employment law issues first, and then they're founder issues second. So unless an employment law comes into play, then you can defer to some type of equity ownership issue, founder issue, shareholder rights issue, and things to that extent. But before then, when you're just like, when you're just throwing your IP into a bucket and there's like 5 other people there, well, you're basically breaking your own confidentiality at your own. You're breaking your own. Your trade secrets in a sense. It depends on the extent of what you're sharing, and it's a very subjective thing I'm speaking on right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's definitely you want to clearly identify yourself for yourself. What is your portfolio and what is your trade secrets?
Yeah, just
I was
before,
gonna say-
just before
oh.
you come in there, Vessi, just to finish the, I find it really intriguing. I find it fantastic that in this world, when we sell our NFTs on as physical or digital artwork or whatever music, that there is this clause, I suppose, is that the original creator still gets a percentage of, say, 5 or 10% or something of the sale figure when that piece is sold on.
The royalty in the secondary market.
Right, and the reason for that is because NFTs are basically, what is the NFTs in its function? It allows regular people to engage in data science. It allows regular people to engage in unique marketing campaigns without having a traditional drafted contract. It allows us to do it to collaborate at scale and fast. And ultimately, the people that are most active in NFTs with a specific viewpoint and a specific goal are going to have a lot of value. Their projects are going to have a lot of value. So when they create an NFT project, it's only natural, it's only right that they should benefit off of the legacy they've built with the ecosystem that they built by benefiting off of, even if someone, redistributes it to their own network. Okay, so that original network has benefited somehow. Even though the scope of the project is completely detached at this point, and they're operating as 2 separate entities, both legally and operationally, both companies can still benefit from the ecosystem, and that's the real value here. It's like that's the real takeaway.
And Nima, just the other day, Joelle Atkins from MadBop, Russell's going to be speaking for this digital 2020 event, MadBop. She had said that the new music business is you're wagering on the artist, you're betting on the artist, and so it's so much in this platform of digital 2020 and working with Min K with these 100 songs. We had an amazing meeting yesterday, and I have so much to learn from Min, and I think it's very important that the artist needs to have an LLC as well. They need to eventually incorporate and be protected, and just know that they're worthy of that. Yeah. But I think that the relationships that we build in this space, because there are people introducing us to each other, because there's avenues that are, we have to really we have to pay it forward, who made what introduction. I think it's really important. I think that should be, and I feel that I'm very respected in this space.
I think our culture is going to be, I think our culture is going to come to a point in a few years, Vessi, where an NFT collab will be like a DApp in Web3. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it'll be like, it'll be like, I want to be involved in your project. I can't monetize it yet, but I want to follow along till I can.
Right. And for people who are investing, Min has invested, this is her platform. She's invested a great deal in this amazing platform structure, where, every T is crossed, every I is dotted. She has done so much work. So
I'm looking, and you know what? She has much more than an NFT project.
Absolutely.
At hand here.
Absolutely.
There are well thought out programs that could very well be scaled in the real world, but are being now scaled in a digital twin layer. So what I see going on with the TSA project is quite exciting. I mean, this is something that I've always wanted to see, and I'm quite proud to be a part of this community. We're
really happy that you're here. It's amazing. there doesn't have to be a lot of people in a room for something to be enigmatic, explosive, and ready to take on the world. You have like the key players, I think, are all here. I think we all know key players that we'd like to bring into the game because it is moving so quickly. We're just really happy that you're here, Nima. And if there are any more questions, Nula, I'm not sure if you have another question for Nima, or if Min, if you have another question, we just need you here. We need your voice, and we're so grateful for you.
I'm grateful. I'm really grateful. On that note, my battery is going to die in 4%. So I'll take a last question.
Yeah.
I just have one quick question. This is Mark. Because I know
Mark, I think you and Min at the same time wanted to ask Nima, can there be 2 quick questions?
Yeah, 2 is fine.
Okay, 2 quick questions. Mark, go ahead, and then Min, if it's okay to let Mark go first, and then we'll finish up with your question. Mark, after you. He's got 4% battery. Hurry it up. I'm so sorry. Mark, are you there? Is Mark having a technical issue? Okay.
can y'all hear me?
Now we can hear you. Yes, please, Mark, go ahead with your question.
Yes, the question that I was going to ask is, I know there's been a lot of conversation in the NFT space about the positive aspects of it, and I'm definitely a big supporter of the NFT, but there's also been some of that negative aspect, which is those that are fraudulent. So in legal point, how can we guard ourselves against stuff that might be in that fraudulent aspect of NFT? We've seen some of that even in just dudes coming out of OpenSea. So I'd love to hear how we can protect ourselves in the NFTs from a legal standpoint. So that was my question to you.
Bessie, can you reiterate
Yes.
it?
Yes, I can. Mark would like to know how one can guard themselves from anything that might not appear to be fraudulent, that is fraudulent in this space, and still take the opportunity to have collaborations and work with people and to create an impactful, empowering, positive use case NFT project.
Right. So we're going to revisit the first thing we said in this talk. It's that the NFTs are a bundle of rights. So we want to be sure that we're granting bundles of rights to people that we actually trust and have witnessed their character for a long period of time, and we understand their goals and their vision. Sorry, there's a lot of construction going on in Phoenix.
That's perfect.
With that said, I mean, with that said, you know, lawyers train their whole careers to pick up on facts, not on feelings. So they pick up on facts about fraudulent projects and fraudulent founders, and typically they can make very informed assumptions about the structure of a company and what the founders are intending to do with that structure. Because there's 10 ways to form foundations, LLCs, DAOs, DAO LLCs, in order to hold money somewhere. But there's not a lot of discovery going on into what are the operating documents, what are the founders doing, and why, and where is it going to lead to, and is there a partnership in the future or not? These are all potentially securities law issues, and they can lead to class actions against founders. So what I'd say is, just definitely talk to an experienced securities class action lawyer before investing in a project, before becoming a shareholder in a company you really believe in.
Perfect, Nima. Thank you so much. And Min has a question, and also just to close it out with you, Nima, we're so grateful you're here, and you're our lawyer. This is our lawyer. Everybody, he's here. This is him. He is, let me just say it correctly, high-tech space lawyer Nima Sadeghian is with us today at Digital 20. Is here today at Digital 2020, Boom into Web3. Min K, the founder of TSA NFT Incubator, and so much more.
And we have a disclaimer in the end, Bessie?
Yes, that's right. The disclaimer, you're correct. Is this what I'm reading now? Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Nima. We're going to have a group picture right now. Nice. On the side of voxels.
It's a risky business.
Wow, we have a business on voxels.
Where is the disclaimer? I'm looking.
Disclaimer.
I'm looking. I'm having trouble finding it. We're not giving financial advice. This is the disclaimer. You
This
have
is
to do
not
your
legal
own
or
research.
financial advice.
Yes, this is not legal or financial advice. You have to do your own research. You have to meet with your people. You have to build those communities and you have to build that trust. And so this is not financial or legal advice. This disclaimer, please know that you are the one in charge of all of your endeavors. And so tune in with your inner voice, tune in with your community, and trust, and also jump and take that risk, because we're here to make big bangs.
And learn.
Thank you, Bessie. I'm gonna repeat
Learn and
again.
learn.
As a disclaimer, please know that crypto is risky. This event is strictly for educational purpose and not investment advice or solicitation. So please make any of your financial decisions and consult with your legal team, and please do your own research and talk to your financial advisors. Thank you.
DYR, not sure if Bessie's got to that one yet in her 100 songs of teaching us all the different terminologies.
I think for those people in the group who did not hear what I'm trying to say anyway. So it's good. Thank you, Nima. Yeah, and very glad to have you as our speaker today. And we have another speaker joining us very soon. And Bessie, are you there?
I'm here.
Take care, everyone.
Take care.
Thank you, Nima. Nima, please stay with us if you can, if you have time.
I gotta head out right now, but it's been great, and I'll see you later today.
Sounds great. Thank you, Nima.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Fabulous. Hi, Johnny. We have the wonderful Johnny in the room with us. Johnny Kaplan. Hi,
Hi, Johnny.
Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for having me.
Johnny is a multi-award winning, multi everything producer, documentary producer, and I'm not sure if there's a
little bit, a wee one,
a wee echo, and he's here to talk to us about you're here to talk to us about your latest documentary series, which is, and I'd like to first of all remind everybody we're at the Digital 2020 exhibition, which is a month-long event, which is co-hosted by TSA NFT Incubator and Metaverse Generation, sponsored by Connect Club, Blockchain Impact Institute, Digital One Asset, iCash Rewards, and is also co-organized by the Pitch Club, NFT Meetup, and Metaverse Builder, and many more. It's a month-long event. It's mainly a training and learning event, but it also showcases what we can all do in the metaverse, and how easy it is to learn. The training is free, and it's in a step-by-step basis, so you can take your own time. We're also hosting on Voxels Metaverse, which has a fashion show every morning, and we also tend to wonder about voxels in our wearables, in our pixelated wearables. Well, me with my bum sticking out the back because I haven't learned how to do that yet. So it's okay. You can come join in. You could even join in naked and just learn how to jump up and down, sit down. It's a fabulous it's a fabulous fun way to spend an afternoon. But yeah, so but I would like to first of all, John, if you don't mind, I'd like to quote Chang Peng Zhao, who's the founder and CEO of Binance, and he says in a Web3 social environment, the connection between values, people, and economies is essential. And if these three elements come together to build an ecosystem, that will accelerate the mass adoption of the blockchain technology and crypto. Why do we need mass adoption? Why does the ordinary person need to know about all of this malarkey?
The only way that this ecosystem is going to sustain over time is that if there are robust resources, framework, institutions, associations, all the things that people need to kind of feel comfortable doing those transactions. And that will only really happen when we have the greater population of people actually come into the space. You know, at the moment, it's, you know, we used the term before, a we. I used it, you know, jokingly because you're Scottish, but we're a wee portion of the global community, you know, under 2% in the space right now. So this isn't really a sustainable space. It's a small amount of people, the money's churning around, right? You may have seen certain projects, I don't want to name any right now, but in recent weeks that have wiped out the market almost in one fell swoop. So, you know, that's because there just isn't enough quantity of users in here that will increase demand. And look, let's just talk about a couple of things quickly. What comes out of the space? Why do we need loads of people in this, right? If it was a bad space, why do we want loads of people coming into a bad space? That's not a good thing. Why am I making a documentary about this space? What I've seen come out of the Web3 space is definitely not perfect. It hasn't yet got robust resources. There's lots of pitfalls. There's definitely lots of opportunity as well. But if you look through all of that, you see there's groups and groups of people who want to innovate, who want to be entrepreneurial. They want to have their own sovereignty and self-reliance, right, and ability. And that's giving them all of those things. And it's really the start of it. It's only really when mass adoption comes in. And you know, I agree with some extent with the, you know, the phrase from, you know, the head of the Binance, but what I would say is the real mass adoption is when we meet in the middle, right? There's no totally decentralized or centralized. Centralized isn't working because loads of people are trying to escape, right, into other regions to, you know, to operate. And decentralized is not going to pull in 98% of people and say, look, we know better. You've been doing it wrong for, you know, all of eternity and come do it our way. So we're meeting somewhere in the middle. That's where the perfect heaven is. That's only when it's ever going to change. And they need to take some of our Web3 principles, and we need to take some of their Web2 principles. We need to meet in the middle, and that's where I think the mass adoption comes in.
And that's partly why you made this documentary series, I'm presuming, because, I mean, do you see one day, there are already gig tickets that are POAPs, and there was a POAP to actually get into this learning environment. Do you see people buying the bus tickets and gig tickets and shopping online and getting extra value rather than discount for shopping on, say, the metaverse? I mean,
it's already, it's already happening. You know, it's already happening. I for years have been getting barcodes to tickets on emails, right? I would need to use my phone to get into the event, showing the barcode to click that. I would want to have a memory, maybe go with my girlfriend or somebody, right? Want to have a memory of that. So I would keep the ticket stub, maybe, or the ticket, and mementize that. But not really practical, any of those things. I'm never going to go back to that email and see that ticket again. I'm never going to reuse it. So for me, it's just really an efficient way of using your phone still, but actually owning it. Maybe it's attached to your wallet. Maybe if you went to a show and 1,000 other people went to a show, you feel there's an affiliation. You might want to do business with those people. You might want to meet them again, right? So you could find them via their wallet, for instance, if it was in their wallet. There is a lot of reasons why it would work. It's not going to, you know, futurize the industry, right? We're not going to be flying on spaceships into events because we've got NFT tickets, but it's kind of just a little bit more efficient than what we're doing right now. There's also bad things with NFTs and blockchain, right? There's the fact that everything is public. So if you buy a ticket and go to an event, somebody might know where you were at a certain time because they'll be able to backtrack that. So there are certainly things that we need to be careful of. But again, I just think using it for tickets, bus rides, things like that, just really using our phone, storing it in a better place, a digital wallet, which is actually a financial wallet rather than your email or your SMS and all the other stuff. So the truth is they're just making it better. Blockchain isn't really anything new. They've been doing it for 10 years or more. It just became exciting because now we've got uses that actually became apparent. We're all remote. We want a more digital things. We start to organize our digital environment. And I think this is just part of that.
Fabulous. So your NFT Me documentary, where's it showing? And also, sorry, I had to do two questions at a time. But is this a way of reaching the masses? Is this a way of reaching the popular viewer who, I'm sorry, I'm making noises, the popular viewer who maybe thinks this is not for them or has passed them by, or and you do have some newbies. I mean, I've got this expression, newbie to going from newbie to nifty, right? You do have some newbies in your documentary. Do you take them through the whole stages, and how did you choose? How did you find them?
All good questions. The purpose of the show is to educate the masses on what we know. I haven't seen any channel available today of information that gives you that provides you a simple, enjoyable, informative, understandable way of just what the heck we're all talking about in this space. Whether they should come in or not, I allow them to make their own decision and decide if they are excited to do so. We present it in a creative, innovative, exciting way, as we do all new markets. That's how we feel about it. We're honestly passionate about it. So we display it like that. Of course, at certain times we mention things that, as I have done, that, you have to act with caution and responsibly at any time. But I believe that the way to inform them is via television. I believe that television today is, and I'm in the game, right, is on the whole not that good for civilization and society, great at giving us dreams and stories and things to look at, but focuses on a lot of the bad stuff in society, which emulates more bad stuff, right? Whichever way you look at it, might be fun, might be exciting to watch, but emulates a lot more bad stuff. People copy it, people get educated by it, people get inspired by it. And if only we could, on the whole, show good and positive stuff, what would that change? And that's what I believe in. That's what all our content focuses on, just informing you of what's out there, letting you make your own choice. But rather, I know about what's going on the other side of the world or a different market that I have no access to that information. And it's all presented to me in a fun, educational, exciting way that I can just absorb it and decide, if it's for me or not.
And entertaining. Just before I know there'll be lots of people with questions, and I'm hoping we've got a trailer. We have got a trailer. I'm hoping we can show it. I'm not sure how to do that yet on Zoom.
This is cool.
I think. So hopefully somebody will help me. But yeah, the documentary really was a back-breaking exercise for you. I mean, you said you broke your back on this. I didn't realize the first time I heard that you actually meant I broke my back. What exactly happened then? I'm not laughing because it's funny. Yeah. It's just crazy.
No, you're absolutely right, and it's a great story. At the end of the day, I'm here to tell the tale. And I didn't answer your question before about the guests, so I'll tell you about how we picked the guests. I just remembered, but basically, we've been working day and night for this documentary. We're close to completion, 9 months in, which is very fast from zero to hero, like you were saying before, right? It would usually be done in double that time, and with a much bigger budget and with luxury. We've been in like 6 continents, 47 guests so far, wide range of people. And in that process, I back started to hurt and ended up not being able to walk, being totally immobile for a period of months, rehabilitating myself, and actually continuing to direct the show through my phone and an iPad through that process, and literally not giving up. That was kind of what gave me the inspiration to keep going. So I couldn't even believe it. Compound fractures all the way up my spine, not from falling, not from surfing or jumping out of a plane, but from running around the world filming and working too long, not sleeping, and obviously overexerting myself somehow. But I'm trying to mend at the moment. Thanks very much. And I watched that movie The Martian not long ago with Matt Damon, and he was on the moon. He got stranded there, and he gets injured with like a metal pole in his stomach. And you think, right, it's over, right? You see that, you're like, right, you did everything else. Now you're done for. The guy survived. He grew potatoes, and it was almost an inspiration for me. Like I said, inspirational television, right? Or inspirational films. That for me was a driving force that I crawled around my apartment at times, and I often got to my screen to direct interviews, and the interviewees didn't know, but I was, on painkillers and managing to get there. So, really do look after your health. No one should emulate what I'm talking about. It's been a lesson for me in itself, but it shows that really you can actually break your back working, and that's not necessarily lifting heavy stuff, but from overexerting yourselves. Look after yourselves. We're only human. And
Absolutely.
and just to tell you about the guests. So tell you about the guests. The show isn't about the leading top people in the space, because you just pick up any paper or any magazine, that's who they talk about. That's pretty much what they understand about the space, right? They say, well, there's these guys, there's that guys, that's what's interesting. And they don't really get the undercurrent that's here. And we get an undercurrent of love and united sensibility and inclusion and education, uplifting each other, and everybody evolving together. It's what I've seen in the space, right? I've been mentoring hundreds and hundreds of people from around the world, been holding spaces for people. And it's been very difficult over and over again to hold these spaces and educate, and people ask questions, and it's really nice to help them, but how many times can one person or a few people do that in a space, right? It's draining. You have a life of your own. So I thought there's got to be a better way to do this, and I looked around and there was nothing. So we looked for a range of people in the space that are really what I would call community leaders, people that were there, that been there throughout, that I've seen helping and guiding other people, that have a good rounded experience from their own. They've also reached good levels themselves of their own development or progression with whatever their projects are. And it's a range of people. You've got, a couple of singers, a couple of artists, a couple of collectibles, a couple of platforms. It's a range, so that you don't see any two same things on the show, because then we're wasting the 3 hours in season 1. So yeah, we've got, I wouldn't say total beginners, but we've got some people who are on the celebrity chart. They're pretty low down. They're not, that's not, but they're interesting because they have true experience. They've experienced what we've experienced. They've experienced that undercurrent of community, that undercurrent of development, evolution, technical innovation. That's fantastic. And people adopting new skills, people becoming entrepreneurial, people becoming their own accountant, their own stockbroker, their own creative director, all these mad things, skills they're having to develop because there's an evolving market and none of us know what the hell's going on. So fantastic array of people. We're going to have 50 guests by the end of season 1, and it'll be 6 episodes of half an hour that we're already halfway through.
And all ages too. So where is it going to be? Where's it going to be aired? Your previous Tech Talk show, I mean, that went all over the world, didn't it? I think it was in 80 different countries and 50 grillion viewers.
50 grillion, yeah, that was it, 50 grillion. Yeah, so Tech Talk aired with Amazon Prime and Apple TV in like 83 countries. It then won 11 International Film Festival Awards. It went on the British educational system with PricewaterhouseCoopers as part of their Tech She Can charter to inspire young girls to get into technology and innovation at a young age, to level that balance between boys and girls who get into tech jobs. And we were inspired by that. That was really a lot of exposure, a lot of eyeballs. And we had calls from India, Africa, all around the world of people that were inspired, governments, celebrities, writers, musicians that wanted to get into different areas. And we started connecting people. And those guests that we had on the show raised hundreds of millions of dollars through the exposure, through the connectivity, through the advanced knowledge of their brand and their creation. And we saw it was phenomenal. So we then created a show called The Rise of AI and Inside NASA's Innovations. Somebody from NASA turned up at our door at our exhibition in Miami and said, please work with us. And we ended up making a show called Inside NASA's Innovations. We flew around to all their labs and saw behind the scenes and captured the latest technological advancements. Super cool. So those 2 shows air on Discovery in Asia. They've just premiered last month. And now we're rolling it out to lots of different broadcasters around the world. Those deals are taking place right now, so I can't give you a full list. It'll be a month or two before we release that, but it's going again. It will be maybe 80 to 100 countries, and we're the only people that make this type of content. So it's very unique. It's very exclusive. We own all the rights, so we're able to distribute it far and wide, which is quite the benefit working so hard to get there. So NFT Me is in negotiation right now. We're talking to a number of different broadcasters. They are evaluating their launch of the next titles and so on. They're evaluating the deal they're offering us. In about a month or two, we will actually announce it. So we haven't announced exactly what broadcasters will premiere, which broadcasters will then get it subsequently. But the idea and the concept is very much the same execution as our last shows. Leading tier 1 broadcasters to premiere in the main regions in the Western Hemisphere, and then roll it out around the world as fast as possible to all different other broadcasters. We're talking to more than 30 different broadcasters right now. So the sales team is hard away at meetings, discussions, negotiations, and about a month from now, we'll make that decision and roll with it.
Well, listen, I've been fangirling all of the, and it's really bad of me. So I really need to open I've got millions more questions, but I really need to open up
Sure.
the discussion. Vessi, do you have anything to?
Absolutely. Hi, Nula. Hi, Johnny. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Vess.
I heard you speak on Connect Club, and heard about you and also through Joe Nix from Hardistry. I'm fascinated by how much you have going on. I wanted to ask you a quick question about, and actually just to say, you've built a vibrant ecosystem of advancement, empowerment with NFT Me, and so much philanthropy. I'm hearing it all here. So I want to know so much more. I want to know, Johnny, at what moment was your concept born about the documentary that you wanted to make it? Who was in the room? Were you by yourself? Like, what platform were you on? I would love to know that.
So really, really great question. So I would say about 9 months ago, we were doing those rooms, right? I was holding, as you said, like philanthropically, I wasn't getting anything from it, but I was holding rooms 3 times a week for artists. They were like artist meets or artists and collectors and so on. And we would make it exciting. It'd be like a TV show. And you meet the artists, and we talk to each of them just like a guest and talk about it. And it was draining, Vessi, right? I mean, I loved it, but it was draining. It's a lot of work to prepare for it. You got to know the artist, and then you got to get it done. It was like 3 shows a week. And this is not like Fox paying me a decent salary to do it. Don't get me wrong, there was a great feeling of helping so many people when it did, but it was very draining. And actually what would happen is within those meets, we get like 5 to 10 sales live in the meets. So you'd know that you'd just be talking about something, people would be like, yeah, I just bought that. And people would be cheering, and then other people would buy it, and it created a market. It created an energy, and that's really what the people needed. The space needs discovery. There isn't enough discovery tools to find out who's there, what they're doing. They're very biased, right? You go to a site, they're plugging whoever they want. There isn't like a unique place you can really check. There are a couple of directories coming out like NFT Go and so on, but there needs more discovery. So we were helping to do that. And I was also doing NFTS.tips rooms, and I was never sleeping. This is like it's not a 9 to 5 job. It's like a 9 to 10.
The beginning of the back breaking, the inception of the, sorry, but I know what you're talking about in a small way.
You're absolutely right, because part of that was low vitamin D. And that was because I was not being able to see the sun, because I spent so much time indoors. So actually, part of that was absolutely right. We need to, as human beings, wake up with the sun, right? Go outside. We need that to survive, and it's not healthy. But yeah, I was absorbed in this Web3 environment, and it's fun, and I don't regret it, because the development, the advancement, everything that's happened is fantastic. But I was kind of in that space. I'm like, well, this is not sustainable. I can't do this forever. Like, there has to be a better way. And then I start to look around. I said, well, what's everyone else doing? And I found nothing. I actually found stuff that was really detrimental. I found stuff that was very biased, and all it really wanted to do was direct you to buy this, buy that, buy that. It didn't really care about teaching you and helping you and giving you, you know, the tools for yourself to do whatever you want to do. And don't get me wrong, we display stuff, right? You've got to have stuff to look at. It's not like we don't tell you stuff, but we don't, like I said, but we don't push anything. We're totally agnostic to everything. We just want to make sure that you operate credibly, ethically, you know, all those kind of things, because otherwise we wouldn't want to associate with you. But otherwise, the people that we have on the show are inspiring people. I've seen them help loads of other people many times. Many of the guests have given massive charitable donations as part of anything they've done, because we see that as a clear indication of somebody that wants to do good in the world. So the first time I heard you speak was in NFT Tips. I heard you speak, and wow, I was like right away, who is that? They know. But not back when you were starting, not back when you did, you know, I've only been on, that was on Clubhouse, right? That you ran the 3 rooms? Yeah. Per week. That was like, I wasn't around then at the beginning. Yeah, that was like 9 months ago. It must have been before we even started NFT Me. That we were doing that. It's quite a while. But yeah, but I did NFTs.tipsy until recently. It's still like kind of advisory board. I think it's a great basis for an organization because they just offer free information, and it was the space where everybody would come in and learn together communally every single day. And that's where I felt this far. I'd never seen people talk and operate together in such a way. People that didn't know each other, that didn't have any interest in each other, that necessarily wouldn't earn anything from in the short term, that didn't even know how each other looked, but you could hear by the rhythm of their voices how they paired together, whether it was working or not working, or there was, you know, good vibes or bad. You know, fantastic. It took us back some steps, but that's been able to take me forwards and to see that, gosh, if we give everyone else these tools, if we give everyone the knowledge that they can do all these kind of things, who knows what they'll come up with? Maybe it'll be bad, maybe it'll be good, but it's never going to work if it's just 2% of us in here. It's going to burn out. Exactly. You're so inspiring. Nuala, I'm going to give you back the mic. Otherwise, I'm going to just keep talking.
Just wondering, is there anyone in the room, the Connect Club room, want to ask a question?
Is that this digital one? Because it's on mute if it is.
I'm not sure.
Min, are you there? Because we can't hear on location in Connect Club. I was saying yesterday we need like a headset that is a partnership with Zoom, YouTube, Connect Club, and Voxel, and some sort of device that would allow for the multicast streaming, and then just keep adding on people that are.
Somebody's probably made it.
Good. I'm glad.
There may be something like that.
I was actually deferring to Ruler in Peace. So Ruler in Peace, you might actually have to just project, because that's what I was doing last time as well.
We missed what you said. If you could repeat, please.
It's Ruler in Peace. Can you hear me?
Hi, Eric. We hear you.
All right. Hey, Johnny. It's Ruler in Peace. It's good to hear you and see you again. You know, I've been with you in this project from the beginning when you first brought it out in Clubhouse, like you said, 9 months ago. I just wanted to say that I'm really happy to see it roll out. I'm really happy and excited to see the final product. And I don't have any questions. I just want to express my respect and always wishing you peace, love, and tranquility.
Very kind of you, bro. Thank you so much. And it's been a long, wild journey, and we're still on that journey. Certainly not here, so no pats on the back yet. We've got a long struggle. We've got to finish it. We've got to close the deals. We've got to broadcast it. We've got to market it. We've got to make sure that we cut it up in a million different formats, so we can just explore, like we did with the schools. We made it into like shorts, 2-minute episodes, and that, you know, none of the rubbish, right? Just the tech, right? The exciting stuff, so the kids will enjoy it. So thanks so much. Really, really appreciate the encouragement and support and love. Long way to go to get there and feel good myself.
Anyone else have a question?
It's Mark here, and you actually alluded to one of the questions I had, but I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. One, I'm very much in the documentary space, and actually there's a major documentary festival here in Durham which is the Full Frame Festival, which I'm part of. So we'll have to get you to submit to that for next year. It's already happened for the year of 2022, but 2023 is open and all of that. I'm also part of the Streaming Network. But you had talked about that hybrid atmosphere. And I know that even with our film festivals, we've gone hybrid where some of it is in the people in home and some of it is people actually going into the theater. So I was just wondering how you personally balance that work-life balance, because it can be very much of a daunting task. So I'd just love to hear how you were able to balance that work-life balance of wanting to get the sunshine and the air, but also doing all of this amazing work that you're doing.
Thanks so much, and that's great. I'd love to hear about the film festival. Absolutely, please send me a link or something like that so I can check out direct. We have submitted already NFT Me to a couple of festivals. We just released the screener, so we're just actually starting to do that. I'll tell you what my girlfriend says. Don't talk to me about NFTs anymore. Why are you always wearing an NFT t-shirt? Like, can you stop it already? Like, why do you have to bring your work with you? So you know, I'm not 100% the best at finding the work and life balance, because I suffer from extreme levels of passion. I say suffer, but I'm obviously blessed. Yeah, I mean, I'm blessed, but it doesn't let me sleep. But I wouldn't change it for the world. But I think it's about eating the right foods. It's super important, right? We live in a world that's full of processed and manufactured goods that they market them to us constantly. And the truth is, we don't consume enough of the good, healthy, natural goods that are out there. So, I make sure to consume very natural, healthy products as much as possible. I make sure to exercise. I make sure that I spend time with my family. I take at least one day, I would say, up to a day a week. Got a bit of an echo there. Up to a day a week out and spend it with the family and so on. Otherwise, it's impossible. But the rest of the time, I work like a workhorse, right? 18 hours a day. I barely sleep 6 hours, and absolutely my brain is never stopping going. And I always say to people, there's three things that can get you anywhere in the world, and that's not a degree. There's no money in those three things, but actually it's just passion, determination, and resilience. You don't need any qualifications. You just need to be passionate enough. The people that have changed the world with just extreme levels of passion and determination and resilience is that you just don't let anything knock you down. There's going to be things all the time that are distracting you. Every single day there are things that come to distract me. And my balance is to decide, am I being super lame by saying no to everyone because, I've got meetings and work, and do I have to let some of them to say yes to bring that into my life? Or do I have to focus because I promised these things will get out on certain dates and ensure to do that? And I benefit from having lists. I've always got pieces of paper around. Even electronic lists never work as well as having pieces of paper out in front of me with different lists that I've written it in different ways and maybe done a couple of scribbles on some of them. I was going to lift them up, but they're too messy, right? I'm too pedantic to show you how messy they are. But lists are the way forward, and lists also help you to remove it from your brain. So when you go to sleep, you're not constantly worrying about stuff. If it's written on your desk in front of you, you don't forget it, and then you don't have to store it in your brain constantly. You're nervous about it. So it's on my list, and I'm going to get to it, and I will tick it off, and I'll get it done. So balancing life is a constant balance and a constant juggling act. And we're all learning. I'm definitely not there, but I'm very blessed, even with the health stuff to happen, to have the ability to do these things and to build these things. And I want to share those things with the world by creating programming that's actually making the world better, right? When you watch the programming, you should be inspired and want to go and do better things, and maybe make some shows about better work and life balance as well, right? Or how to live healthier, because all those things are important. But there's so much programming of negativity. I want to come and combat that with a bit of light programming, as in rather than dark, light programming, and shine some light in the world and inspire people and make things better. Sorry for the long answer.
No problem. I actually thoroughly appreciate it and all of that. And the website, I believe, is frame.org. But if you hit me on back channel, I can actually put you in touch with that festival. Because like I said, it was just held, I believe it was in April of this year, but it's always in the spring of the year. It's considered like the Sundance documentary festivals. And it's based here in Durham. So definitely I can put those contacts into your place and all of that. And on that note, I'll let others ask whatever they got on their mind.
Thank you.
If someone else can ask questions and we can release the screen, I can have a go at putting the
Oh.
trailer up unless
Can we introduce Min K to Johnny? Min K, Johnny Kaplan, this amazing woman who built this amazing platform and put so much love and energy and organization. And I was just saying before, all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted, and it's just a beautiful platform.
Wow. You just reminded me that I need to bring love into my passion, determination, resilience, because you pretty much need some love when you do everything, right? Like if you don't do it with love, you could have a load of passion, but if there's no love in there, it's kind of going to come out wrong. So I like that you mentioned that. So good job on building it with lots of love.
Hello, Johnny. This is me. Nice to meet you here. I don't have a question for you, but what I would like to share with you is, and on behalf of Digital 2020, we have very special gift for you, and we have beautiful song for you, and we have very beautiful dress for your girlfriend. Would you like us to share with you?
Wow, absolutely. That sounds amazing. Yeah, please. Thank you so much. That's amazing.
Okay. Second. Sorry. Hopefully, this one help me move faster.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
On the Collect
Thank
Club
you,
screen,
Johnny.
yeah.
And thanks for sharing your story with us. I'm very, very impressed with your film. It's very, very wonderful. And I like your focus, and I like your passion, and I like your dedication, and also resilience, passion. It's all I like it. So today we would like to share our special gift with you. And first is our special music. And we're coming
following
Sorry.
Min, if we could follow, and following that, if we could have the screen release for Nula to share the NFT Me trailer a bit, or even an episode. I don't know how much time we have,
I will.
what the plan is. Awesome. Thank you, Min.
Second, I have to do this step by step because my staff today on holiday. I'm handling everything here. So
you're doing great. You're doing great. We love you.
Okay, I'm coming now. So, Bessie, can you see it on Zoom? I'm sharing.
I see crypto voxels in the space with the screen.
Good. Okay, I have a phone with me. So now we're coming our special edition of special music. And Junie, I would like you guess who is the singer of this song. Okay, I'm coming now.
One, two, three. Let's be friends till the end. Let's be friends till the end. I'm your friend. I'll never leave your side until the end. We are one and nine. The world around us, how it shifts at night. You heard it right. Let's be friends till the end. Let's be friends till the end. I'm your friend. I got your back, you know it. I'm your friend. I know the world, you know it. The world around us, ships at night. And those around us, they feel it wise. I'm your friend till the end, yeah.
New era of layer 2 life.
Eve is money, wallets and Web3, NFT meetup, you and me.
Sorry, if you run far away, you can't hear this. Didn't know that. It's first time to learn. Okay, so our second song is this.
One, two, three. Let's be friends till the end.
Our second song is here. Here, I play here is easier.
New era of layer 2 life.
Eve is money.
It's a little loud.
And
A little loud.
and me. DeFi is the frontier. Web3 journeys far and near, far and near. Where do we go from here? Regenerating the world. NFT meets metaverse. Fundamentals matter. Let's go. A Web3 browser, can we build it? Share my royalties, next in crypto. An open economy, Web3 bet, governed by the community. DeFi gathering, build the dip. The user experience, no time to lose, learn to earn. NFT is here, build your resilience. Invest crypto tax free, go to market journeys. Data, NFTs, and Web3, how the three intersect. Let's go. The work to earn paradigm, beyond art, NFTs with utility. Driving mainstream blockchain adoption, wallets and Web3. La 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 la. NFTs in the creator economy, layer 2 roll-ups. Crypto is risky. Bitcoin is digital gold. Swap and stake got crypto brain. Web3 dictionary. NFTs unlock self-expression, building a beauty empire. Anything is possible, your gateway to the new web. NFTs in your wallet, Web3 in your pocket. What are ENS domains? From DeFi to NFT marketplace, pull together, let's go. ETH is money, yeah. ETH is money, honey. ETH is money, yeah. ETH is money, honey. A new era of layer 2 life, let's go. Here we go, here we go. ETH is money. ETH is money. Welcome to your virtual world, Digital 2020, June 3rd to July 3rd.
Fabi. Fabi. Love it.
Thank you,
Yay.
Johnny.
That
Thank
was
you,
amazing.
everyone.
That's cool. I often say that be careful what you say in front of Vessi. It'll turn into a song. Vessi, there'll be an NFT me song next. She's absolutely at the drop of a hat. She'll come up with a song. So it's really wonderful that she's
I like to
working
write
on.
songs. I'm passionate
Yeah.
about writing
It's really
songs.
great, Bessie, and you need to fully
Thank you.
produce. You need to fully produce them and release them. I don't know if you do already, but
These
you need
ones
to
were
play-
just, yeah, I have a few that are out there. These ones are NFTs. This is a 2 of 100 for the Web3 TSA NFT dictionary, which is the concept. So Min minted them yesterday live in the 1 o'clock room. We haven't talked about like a fully produced version and to release it, so that would be really cool. I, like you, I'm constantly like, I don't know, about 18 hours a day, but a long day of creating. So you probably find that you need those teams to come through that are like, okay, I'm ready, I can handle this. The delegation kind of, since you have so much on your plate.
I literally have maybe 18 sheets of lists in front of me, right? They're all about all about that size, right? So
yeah,
I have a lot
you're
of stuff
building it.
myself.
Yeah.
I have this phrase on my Instagram. It says, I'm too busy working on my own grass to notice if yours is greener.
Right.
So I'm like, some people always looking at, what's the other person doing? I want that. I don't even notice. I'm like too busy kind of, drilling away. But what's great about the team is that they kind of know me. So I have WhatsApp groups or certain chats with the team. So I'm constantly monitoring them. They'll chuck in, what do we do, direction, and so on. And then I delegate tasks and everybody else sees. So they get inspired or motivated by what's going on, and they get direction for their own work. So thank God for technology, right? That allows us to do this all remotely. Like I manage a team of people.
Thank God for directors who write down everything that they think and can see the whole picture, and then the teams just let them come in. I'm giving you props. I don't know if you allow yourself to receive them.
So many better people than me, but like I take a small tiny part of it, but absolutely, the people that build the stories and tell the future are already laying out the future. You see the technology, it's all the movies we watched, right? The last 20, 30 years, we're kind of using all that tech, right? And now, all the tech from the movies today is kind of what we're working towards, Ready Player One, all that kind of stuff. So
Speaking of which, Ready Player One, will they make a partnership with Voxel? Because someone was just sharing the other day, Skip Franklin, who is a representative of a lot of amazing musicians and songwriters. He was like, Voxel's kind of cumbersome, but to me, I think for the older generation, it's a good launch pad into the 3D world, because you do actually have to like cultivate patience. But it would be cool if there was a partnership with Voxel and Ready Player Me joined forces.
I wasn't a big fan of Voxels at first because it kind of looked how it shouldn't. In my view, it was kind of very cubist and boxy. But actually, that's the kind of style of Voxels. And as you said, it's a great intermediary stage for you to kind of use it. It was kind of easy to use. I implore people to try out and use Voxels, go see other people's properties. I got friends that built whole jungles with animals and stuff, right? That they've developed. It's really cool. You go into their environment. A friend of mine actually just popped up a whole gallery for me inside. He's got like this jungle and stuff. Like, right, I'll make you a gallery. I'll put all your artwork in there. It's like so nice of him. People are actually walking through. Yeah. So
yes.
So I don't know about the specific partnership per se, but I hope that these guys start working together. I think there's definitely a good metaverse out there for us. We need better versions of what we're doing today, right? Because you can see, you see the technical issues or hurdles, whether it's audio or guests coming in or different levels of hearing each other or adding background music or displaying media and content. There's so many things that we want to do that we that we're restrained to do, that it's got to get better. But we've got to make sure that there's not pedophiles and murderers and terrorists, right, ganging together and excelling because we give them dark rooms to do so. So it's balance. It's all what we went back to before. It's everything. Balance.
Interesting you should mention the last thing that you mentioned, because I was going to ask you earlier about like what tickets don't people at the beginning of your talk, why wouldn't people want to see share where they've been to, what events they've gone to, you know, at the start of your share today.
So if you went to what was it called? Woodstock. Okay. And you had the ticket stub. You had the NFT of Woodstock. You don't think it'd be worth money today?
Depends.
Yeah, ticket stub number 100 of
Definitely.
40,000. Right. So like there's you got nostalgia, you've got a memento, you've got an electronic receipt. You could put it in whatever wallet you want. It doesn't need to be in your main wallet with everything else, right? The way the blockchain's built is you can move it around if you want, right? So, but there's major reasons you could start trading it, you could sell it, you could keep it, you could make a drawing, you could print it. I mean, there's a billion reasons why you could. I think it is good. I just think we have to be protective, and there are people who are worrying about data protection, right, and privacy. There's a balance. We have to try to balance. It's going to be technology is going to be advancing so fast. It's going to be hard, right? With AI, we're talking about ethical AI and all these things, but we have to work together. That's what we can do. Keep talking about it.
That's the thing. I mean, the ticket stubs were works of art years ago, and I've got loads of them. People do keep them. For the artwork as well, and there's a chance to reintroduce that, because then it turned into ticker tape and it was like a stub, but now you get the chance to get artwork into your gig tickets and add loads of posters and all that kind of thing to it. So
at university, I used to have my wall was all the posters of every party I ever went to at university, right? It was like lined my whole wall. I mean, that was the epic pictures, there's
the 80s. The 80s?
The 80s, yeah. She said the 80s. No,
I did. I said the 80s.
Right. The 90s. I was at the 90s at university. Yeah.
I'm not going to say a decade.
I meant 2005. Yeah.
Nuala, are you going to share with us? Did Min release the screen?
What I could do is share this screen and hope to goodness that
I could do it. I could do it actually, because your picture quality is not as good, and I might attribute that to your internet.
Excellent. Okay. Love it.
So if it's okay, if I can.
I think she just has to give you. She has to give you the host.
Right. Or co-host, and I've actually got it locally, so I think that it doesn't even stream off the internet. It might even be better if I'm right.
Is that a mechanoid robot that you have back there?
Yeah, you're the first person. You're the first person who ever knew what it was.
We have a mechanoid. It came in a little briefcase. I love it. Yay!
Techno
so cool.
He's been part of the Tech Talk show, which was our flagship title. He featured in a robotics lab in the university that we went to see, where they basically built it and then wiped its brain and told it his forwards, backwards, left, right,
amazing.
On, off. That was it. And when I got there, he was like telling me jokes and like teaching me to dance and things like that. And you're like, oh, what? And this wasn't Meccano pre-registered, pre-recorded thing. This was this was an AI lab. They trained it to learn like a baby.
Yeah, my son built mechanoid in our house, and it was I have the little briefcase. I was like, please build it again. Build it, because you can build like 92 different things, I think, with 92 different.
I have a bunch of different robots here, like of all different types.
Very cool. Nice. Right on.
Thanks. Okay, so we're going to do the trailer, no watermark. This is the one.
Wonderful.
Yeah, Nona, Johnny, you both can share. You are co-host. Yeah.
Okay, Johnny's on it, I think.
Thank you, Min.
Thank you.
And don't forget, everybody, we have a tutorial for wearables, and also the excitement of them with Brooke Ganster after, I believe at 1 PST. I think we've gone into a tunnel of an amazing event here Thank you, Johnny, and thank you, Nula, for bringing Johnny, and thank you to TSA and NFT Incubator and everybody who is watching. And with
NFTs, for me, are the holy grail of technology meeting art.
NFTs mean I can make art, I can sell it.
What's so brilliant about NFTs is it transcends race, it transcends wealth, it levels the playing field.
It's an opportunity to have a piece of the cake.
There's this incredible community around the NFT space.
I was just like, wow, why don't I know about NFTs and the digital art selling today in an NFT format? I really got to know about this.
Only 2% of the world knows about crypto, even less knows about NFTs.
It's amazing to meet these people, young people, older people, entrepreneurs, artists, collectors, just looking towards the future.
So for me, NFTs represent this kind of new evolution where you can now take content and you can monetize it in ways that we couldn't have imagined before.
NFTs are a way to digitally authenticate pretty much anything. The possibilities in the NFT space to do good through our art, I had never experienced anything like that before.
For the first time ever, artists are really truly not only being celebrated, but being paid for all the hard work that they're doing.
I think NFTs are here to stay. It's definitely gonna go beyond art.
You'll be able to use it as a ticket. It may be linked to a physical game, metaverse.
The metaverse is going to be absolutely huge. It's going to take the web from being a scrolling up and down flat static image to this 3D interactive thing.
NFTs are just going to be so everywhere, and I'm so excited to see that happen.
I'm loving it. Is that a 3 degree we saw? One of the 3 degrees?
what was that, Nula?
I was just saying, was that one of the 3 degrees that we saw there? I'm not sure.
No,
I can't remember her name.
No, the song, it wasn't. No, it was an independent artist. Can't remember the person's name, the musician's name, but we should actually, now that you said that, should have his name on the end of the trailer.
There you go, write it down.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's a good book title. Write it
Right.
down.
I know, I've got a club called Do the Right Thing, WRIT. It's a bit like
Love that.
But we know where every scrap of paper is on our desk and what color it is and what it looks like. I'm one of them. So but that was wonderful, Johnny. Absolutely, thank you so much for coming. We've all got loads of other questions. I'm sure you'll be back at some point. Thanks so much. I wonder if anyone has any last words. NFT me.
Yeah, so let me tell you where you can see that stuff. So it's nftme.tv. Make sure you go to the right link. You go to nftme.tv, which is the official site for the television series. You can follow us on Instagram, nftme.tv on Instagram, or nftmetv on Twitter. We are going to be spreading the word about NFTs to the global planet. That is the idea, so that people be enlightened, know that there is an absolutely crazy market that we're all involved in, that you can do things a little bit differently. You can try, at least. It might not, it might not succeed at first, but you'll meet new people, you'll learn new things, you'll be inspired, you'll be challenged. That's the fun in life. So I'm super excited to be on this journey, and I can't bloody wait until it gets out there. It's like, it's annoying to
It's so exciting. It's addictive. I think, once people get it in and realize that it's in their home and it's coming to them and it's here now, they'll be NFTing and minting every time they sneeze, I think, because it's that addictive and it's fun.
Yeah. And this is stage one, right? It's going to be Black Mirror for sure, right? So, if you've seen Black Mirror, right, we're going to be like chasing crystals in our living room, and you get enough crystals, you get a free bottle of milk delivered to your door, or, these most ridiculous things that we're going to be immersed with games and electronic and digital assets and connectivity with other worlds and other people. And it's almost like we're children and we've gone to the moon, we're going to all these places, we're searching for aliens and other lives to interact with. We can't find them. Let's build on Earth the tools to dramatize it. So we can
I do have a question. Nuala, may I ask him one question?
Sure thing.
You mentioned about protecting the kids, and I think that's my most important mission. And I just wanted to know if you could speak on that in just a few sentences about how we can, as a society, entering into this new technological age, protect our children who are more and more online. And as we become more and more online and become more like our children who are more and more online, how do we protect ourselves and the people that we love, and globally, worldwide?
I think it's a great question. I'm not a parent. I wish I was, but I'm not a parent, so I don't want to profess to say anything that anybody else might know better about what to do with their children. But what I do believe is that as we build technology, it's very easy to put tools in place with technology that can protect us. So I've built software platforms, I've built gaming platforms, I built TV shows. There's lots of different depths that people can interact, learn, connect with other people. And you can put things in place, right? When you're building a software application, for instance, you can put profanity filters in there so that nobody on the platform can actually type in bad words, right? You make sure that if you cover it enough. So I guess the way of protecting us is making sure that the humans on the planet who build the technology are being ethical in the way they build it, are putting tools in there to protect our children. We're holding them accountable for what they put out there. So there are, again, not naming any brands or names, but there are software platforms, social media apps, things that do not protect the children and actually probably hurt the children in many bad ways. And they need to be held accountable for those things. The only way they're going to stop doing it, they don't have the interest. They're more interested in their bottom line than other people's kids. So, the problem is how we educate people. The problem is how we bring them up. The problem is how we all act towards one another. They're pretty much all things that are within our control to change. And so it's really a change of mind. It's a change of understanding. And that's what I work on, right? If you focus on the good, if you focus on showing people good, they get inspired by it. It's contagious. And if you show them wholesome good stuff, that's actually in the 80s. You want to joke about time, right? That's what it felt like more watching television, right? As we used to watch shows that were fun, they were inspiring, they were educational. And over time, that became much darker and smuttier and nastier from my point of view. And maybe that's because they felt variety was good, or for whatever reason. I'm not going to question those reasons, but it's definitely been bad for society. So the best way to do it is to control it from the top. Yeah,
the movies were making. I remember being a kid in the 80s. I was a kid in the 80s, right. And yeah. Horror movies were a gateway into just seeing sexual content so we liked the horror movies.
They weren't so gory. They were like, they were a bit like freaky, scary. They weren't like,
Nightmare on Elm Street was pretty bad.
No,
is that not bad?
No, it's not that bad. It's like not the difference between now is you see as disgusting a violent scene as you can, right? It's the race who can be more violent.
I'm not into that.
Squid Game, like that. People shouldn't be watching that content. No offense to those guys, but it's not good for society to show us hurting each other in the other ways. You could there's better ways of making television and film. You're just not creative enough. I'm sorry, or it's just the wrong.
I mean, there is the producer and writer Ray Lee, who I met on the Clubhouse platform, who has an award-winning horror film of the people, the indigenous people, and their whole thing is that it's very interesting, but they won a ton of awards and are in international film festivals. Ray Lee, I'm not sure if you've heard of him, but it also brings awareness to the community that's been ignored there. Yeah. So it's like they have to play the game of, you know, I don't know what the audience wants. So I just hope also someone that I work with closely says we need to change the hearts of men. So that's hard. That means we gotta promote, you know, positivity and do that work. Yeah.
Well,
Nuala, I'm sorry I took it over a little bit there. I love you. Sorry. Johnny, you're amazing.
Not at all.
I would just say, you too. I would just say very quickly that good prevails, even though that sounds cheesy right? Is that the truth is good prevails, and you started to see it. There's been shift in content and culture over the last few months because companies have not been aware of what people want to watch. They've been putting stuff that they want people to watch, and that is affecting heavily their bottom line. So fortunately, the light will shine through the hearts and minds of men and women. Human nature shines through. So I think it will work out, but we've got to work on it. We've got to keep focused on it.
Well, I hope I get swearing rights in the metaverse, or I wouldn't know how to communicate. But I love to hear the idea of grannies talking po-ups and womps to language we're not supposed to be able to say.
And now I'm Granny's talking po-ups with Nima Naughton and Johnny Kaplan, Min K, and Bessie Big.
What a show! Granny's talking smack in the metaverse.
Isn't that it is right? Bam! It is. It's so good.
That show. That show's gonna be. But you see,
I think
that's good, wholesome. That's wholesome fun, right? That's not like that's what it's all about. That's okay. It's not like you have to be like clean to have fun. That's okay. But there are lines, I think, and that sounds phenomenal.
I think it would be good, and I hope there is a character in your documentary NFT Me at nftme.tv that wasn't too happy about getting into the gig and finally actually got it. Is there a character like that in your
Absolutely. There's people, you know, what's really remarkable, there's like a musician there as well who he spent like the last few decades, and you know you see some of his songs and you think, right, he's nailing it. He never made a penny, and in the last 6 to 12 months he made more money than he's ever made in his life. And that's probably through like other types of creativity that he's connecting with and stuff, and then using his music talent and so on. So absolutely, and there's people who, you know, broken their head to start with, broken their head in the middle, broken their head at the end. So, you know, that's part of the game, and that's part of the fun. But again, we do focus on the fun stuff because there's so many people focusing on, you know, people hiccuping and stuff. That's what they build their business on. That's what they sell ad space on. So you know, I'm here to look at the cool stuff and the fun stuff. It's always what inspires me.
I love it. So what's next? I mean, we always like a good exclusive on Digital 2020 and Connect Club. Can you give us a little? There's nobody here. It's just us.
So we're down to just us on record. We're down to the last 3 guests. We have 3 phenomenal guests lining up. 2 of them are fantastic. The last 50th guest is probably one of the best representations of this space as a project, not as a person. That's all I'm going to say right now. And that doesn't mean they're the biggest and the best or anything like that. But actually, what they're doing and what they've done is on the grand scale of what we're doing. So I would say it's absolutely phenomenal. I'm super excited to tell that story. And actually what we're doing is we're creating lots of offshoots of the show, creating some standalone short documentaries. We're creating some one-off versions of the documentary. So there are channels that can't feature half an hour or whatever size doesn't certainly fit. So there are channels who just broadcast 90-minute documentaries, for instance. So we'll have a finished version of NFT Me, the 90-minute version. We'll have the series, we'll have the shorts. And that way it's going to be flourished all over the planet. So I really hope in one of the next iterations to be able to telling you specifically where it's going, specifically what date it's coming out, because that for me is like starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. When we announce a channel, we release a press release, we start the marketing process, and the rest of the world starts to actually see the trailer, get excited. By the way, 50,000 people have seen the trailer. It's still a microcosm of the global community, but it's nice. In the last month, 50,000 people have seen the trailer. So we're starting to showcase to people what's going on. It's very exciting. And what lies ahead is me trying to get through the next bit without breaking my back, keeping the passion going, keeping running, keeping this going, whipping to get it done as fast as possible, making it as beautiful as possible, and getting through those last 3 episodes and making them as beautiful as the 3 episodes that we've already created so far.
I love that. And I'd like to thank everyone in the Connect Club room. Vessi, have you got a roll call of the Connect Club?
Yes.
And Johnny, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Nuala. Thank you, Johnny. Min, back to you. I think that we went into some sort of, how do you say it, a timeless space of getting to know you better. So I think we went, how did we go? An hour and a half. So thank you so much for your time and for so much that you shared. So good to get to know you better, Johnny. And Nuala, thank you so much for being the host and moderator and bringing Johnny to TSA NFT, boom into Web3. Boom, we're booming into Web3 together, you guys. I'm not sure if I can see where Min K is here. I just want to thank you, Min, and Digital One, and everybody here who's still in the space on YouTube, Connect Club, Voxels. And if it's just us, this is a fabulous tea party, and I'm just as pleased. Min, are you there? Min might have stepped away.
Dr. Tachi and Ruler in Peace and Mark Lee.
Thank you. Yes, I can't see anyone that's in the room right now. Thank you, Nuala. So we're going to Johnny, where are you coming from? You're in the UK? Oh, there you are, Min.
Ma'am, UK.
Hi, Min. So Min, we just said our thank yous and our goodbyes, and I just wanted to give the mic back to you. And I think our lunch break didn't happen today yet, but we still need to take one. So. Oh, we can't hear you. You need to unmic.
Thank you, Johnny. It's great. It's great event.
And we didn't Connect Club either.
Oh, sorry.
One switch to rule them all. That's the name for the headset for the Zoom, YouTube, Connect Club, and Voxel. Ready Player Me. One switch.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Nona. Thank you, Leslie. And yes, we are very soon to off to lunch break. And you can see we already changed the new background of the Connect Club. We have very cozy lunch break room. And Johnny, and welcome to visit us again. And we have beautiful musician hall will be opening on June 27 on Voxels. And we also have a beautiful releasing room for musicians, for creators, for artists. And welcome to visit us anytime. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you
Bye-bye.
So much.
Thank you so much, Johnny.
Did we do
Johnny
a photo?
Kaplan.
Did we do a photo, guys?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. We did already. Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I took also.
Cool. All right. Bon voyage.
Thank you, everyone in
Bye,
Connect
guys.
Club. Thank you, everyone
Bye.
in Voxels, and see you afternoon 1 o'clock.
With Brooke Ganster.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wearables
Queen. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you. All right, Min.
I'm gonna share our agenda for this afternoon. I'm gonna share our agenda for this afternoon. So please don't go away. We're gonna have another exciting section at 1 o'clock Pacific time, 30 minutes later. Okay, see you guys.
In 30 minutes. Oh, wow.
Good.
Okay.
A nice coffee and see you around.
Okay.
Okay. So here, I'm going to ending live stream, right?
I'm gonna go get some food.
Okay.
Nula, you did a great job, as did Bessie. So I'm gonna go find me some
So,
real food. Y'all were amazing hosts and all of that. So just wanted to give you love and all of that. Nula, you were amazing.
Thank you, gorgeous. I loved your question as well. Oh, go ahead, put my camera on.
Okay.
Let me do that.
Are we still streaming? I can hear them.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No, I left. Okay, so thank you, Bessie. Okay,
Thank you.
so here, I'm going to ending streaming here first, okay?
Okay.
Ending here, and then ending on YouTube. Ending on YouTube. Just don't know where to end on YouTube. Give me a second.
All right, I'm gonna, can I go?
Yeah,
Are we
can
break?
go now.
Are we
Yeah.
breaking, or did you want to
Yeah,
talk to me
well,
before?
No, I think I see you afternoon. So 1 o'clock, you're gonna handle with Brooke, right?
That's in a half an hour. You're gonna,
Yeah.
so she's going to have the screen in Connect Club, and
yeah, you can go. Yeah.
where can we, that link is already up for the room, for the crypto voxels, for the voxels fitting. She's gonna be wearing, you know, everything that she's gonna, and we talked about having like an immersive class, how to make wearables, that she could teach it. That would be great, right?
Yeah. Okay, ending stream. Okay, good. So now I got everything saved.